The Nimble with Numbers team presents Chalk Blocked with Bo Big Time McBrayer.
I gotta know what a $5 shake tastes like.
That's fine. That's fine.
I want winning, folks. You don't know diddly.
And his partner, Scott Stack Simpson.
Do you know who I am?
Trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move. Let's make a move.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Chalk Blocked, the world's sexiest DFS show for now. Of course, you should already be subscribing to the page, Nimble with Numbers. Like this video, jingle the bell, be notified. Scotty Stacks got me again last week. He had himself a whale of a lineup. He's such a jerk. I had a great lineup. His was slightly better. Tip of the cap to you, sir. We're having a good old fashioned stalwart battle this year. Like, we haven't had any bad weeks. We're cashing checks, snapping necks all season. We're at the halfway point now, and we're hitting it hard. Like, DFS lobbies are trembling in fear.
That's what she said. Yeah, trembling. Well, I will say this. I did score 169 points, and so,
Nice.
Whenever you can do that, that's excellent. We are at 5-3 in our season series. If it would have been 4-4, it was close. You were winning most of the day, and I came back at the end. So, but if you would have won 4-4, we're neck and neck. I don't want to trigger you to start the show, but we're gonna do a little word association. So I'm gonna flash an image on the screen. I just want you real quick. What do you think? And then I'm just gonna take it away. What do you think? What was that?
I'm
What was your
glad
thought
you
there?
gave me this one because I actually made a comment on this picture already on Twitter.
Oh, good.
And
I hope so.
I officially said that he is the John Wayne Gacy of NFL head coaches. Because does that not look like John Wayne Gacy?
Dude, that's totally John Wayne Gacy. He's waiting to put a body underneath his steps, and it's Kyle Pitts. So,
And all he needs is a fucking red nose right there in the middle of his
my
face.
gosh, dude, I see it in the eyes. It's the dead eyes right there.
Dead eyes. He's been mutilating pets.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
this
been
is
killing
the-
fantasy lineups. He doesn't.
We have
fantasy
red flags everywhere. Where is the community outcry?
It's not going to happen this week either, unfortunately, because they're up against Minnesota, who doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, they do. They traded for a quarterback, but they don't have a system quarterback. Somebody who's maybe used to the system. We'll get into that game. That's a tease, as the kids call it. That's our second game, the Arthur Smith tease. We want to keep people, moist and just dripping with excitement for that game. But
Moist and annoyed.
the first game, I'm gonna reveal my hand here, brother. This game, the Washington New England game, is where I got my quarterback in the clash. And since
I'm surprised.
I know you're surprised. He's like third or second in the league in attempts. Is our boy Sammy Howe? You were all over him last week. Kudos.
All over him since he was drafted.
I know, but last week particularly, you were up against me and you played him, and you were scoring, racking up the points. I think he scored like 34 points, something like that in DraftKings. It was
one overall, by the way.
Great call, by the way, to Bo _McBigtime. I loved it. But I had Jalen Hurts and I had a little something called AJ Brown. So I did. That was the kind of the tilt of the wheel. But this week we've got an action-packed game here compared to some of the other totals and the lapses in defense that both these teams are capable of. What do you think about this game? I'm kind of edging to the over, but it's Mac Jones. I don't know about that. I mean, what do you think about this game?
You are edging is right. You are edging. I like Washington all the way. I don't think Mac Jones has the chops to exploit the Washington secondary the way Jalen Hurts does. He doesn't have the receivers that Jalen Hurts does. He doesn't have the offensive line Jalen Hurts does. He doesn't have Jalen Hurts that Jalen Hurts does.
Right.
All these things point that Washington actually is going to have a get-right game here. And Sam Howell may not put up the same numbers. I don't expect him to. That's one thing the Patriots have on the Eagles is a secondary that doesn't get beat. But Washington's going to win this game pretty easily. And New England being favored by 2.5 says that the books are kind of even on these two teams. I think Washington's better. I think that Washington, since they put Emmanuel Forbes on the bench, has looked pretty okay. The most rostered player on DraftKings will be Pop Douglas, who I did meet. Pop Douglas is every bit the gentleman that he's been made out. There's a reason why they call a rookie 23-year-old Pop. This guy is old soul, great dude, absolutely fantastic interview. He's going to be chalky as all hell. I want to roster a guy who's less chalky, who's going to outscore Pop Douglas, and his name is Jamison Crowder.
Ooh, I was wondering where you're going to go there. I put a little juju because I heard somebody advocating for juju. Yeah,
juju blows.
Jamison Crowder, 3,400. No Samuel. If you're not paying attention to the ins and outs of who's playing for the Commanders this week, no Carter Samuel. He is out. We saw Jamison Crowder. We had like 8 targets last week, something like that. Something ridiculous.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's and 3,400. I like it. 1% rostered. What do you think about Jahan Dotson coming off of a big game? He's back again, right? I mean, almost double-digit receptions here. I mean, he looked good. Only 5K, but not rostered. And points per dollar down, projections down. It's all Terry McLaurin. Are you having any Dotson?
Yeah. You know, he was the guy I called last week.
You did call his comment.
Having 100 yards and a touchdown. I called Terry McLaurin 100 yards and a touchdown, but he had a touchdown, but only 63 yards. So I was 37 yards away from hitting another hot take from last week. I was on fire last week. I couldn't do anything. My predictions that were so outrageously outlandish and improbable and barely plausible read like a damn recap last week. So Jahan Dotson is good at football. He had himself a game last week against the Eagles. He looked fantastic. This is going to be a just fine game for Washington. They're going to look just fine against Bill Belichick. The Patriots are terrible. Like, I don't like watching the Patriots.
Yeah.
Everything they do is boring. Everything they do is below average to average. Their best traits as a team are average at best.
Yeah. Let's just check out PFF and see how PFF looks at them overall. They're locking me out here. Oh, I better sign in, PFF. Excuse me. Oh yeah.
It's your fault.
Oh, it is my fault. I assumed that PFF would keep me in, but now I gotta like do all the sign in and stuff here. You know, right in the middle of the broadcast. It's embarrassing. Yeah,
great job to the producer of this show.
I hate that guy. Yeah, offense is 27th. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, not good. Points scored 31st. That's second to worst, right? Like, that's not good. 32nd will be worst. So they're right there.
All right, I'm sending you my Clash lineup in the chat.
Okay, in the chat. I can't get it from the chat. Just text it to me in our personal messages.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Our chat. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the show's chat. Yeah, the New England Patriots not good. I do like Sam Howell this week, and I put a little stack in here. Sam Howell, Demario Douglas, and Jahan Dotson. And then you could do Crowder too. I'll put a little Crowder in here. And then if you want to do it naked with no run back and just do a skinny stack, you could do any one of these. They're all cheap. A little bit expensive.
Logan Thomas too.
Yeah, and if you want to do a run back on the tight end side, you could do Hunter Henry because you could.
Washington's not good at covering people, so it remains to be seen how well they do against the Patriots passing offense, which is pretty bad itself.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, this game's not that exciting. I mean, I don't know that it reaches 41. I'd probably lean towards the under on that one, but it's still going to be pretty unremarkable unless you live in the Northeast.
I'm just going to say this. I agree with you. The only like impetus for a blowout or like a overcover of 41. I think about that Broncos game and how Washington on the road kind of just played looser all around, offensively and defensively. Mm-hmm. And then at home recently, they played well as well, offense loosely at least, well for fantasy wise, for DFS.
Hold on loosely.
Yeah, they're getting loose.
Don't let it go.
We'll see. I'm not a big fan of their linebacking core, and they just traded away their 2 best rush edges. So how about that? We'll see how this game goes. It could be, I don't know.
Seems great. They
Yeah,
got a good
seems
deal out of it though. They
yeah,
got some good picks.
yeah, better than nothing, right? So, all right, now to the biggest, most exciting. No, I'm kidding. But Bijan Robinson, 21% rostered here. People think he's going to light it up. What do you think?
He might.
He might. He might. He could.
What we're
possibly.
finding out about Arthur Smith is that he actually doesn't have a plan.
No.
But if you call him out for not having a plan, he just treats it like, well, you wouldn't understand because you don't watch. You're not in the building. You don't know, like gaslight special. Like this guy is John Wayne Gacy.
The opposite of McDaniel, who's over there giving people props for breaking down plays. The Brits just
how
know their
stellar
stuff.
was that? I started following Simon for that because we dug a little deeper, found out which British reporter was asking him those very educated football questions about the difference between last year's Dolphins attack and this year's. And my response to it, I tweeted out that there are NFL coaches, maybe not head coaches, but there are NFL coaches who don't have that attention to detail or knowledge of the game in that depth as that reporter, because McDaniel is a freaking genius. He's been around the game his entire life. He knows the game. Like we're seeing the greatest show on turf from his offense.
I'm coming back.
The thing with McDaniel is him giving that reporter props was absolutely warranted, because that was one of the more intelligent questions I've ever heard a football reporter ask any coach. Like usually it's like, oh, do you guys really want to win this week? What's your pathway to winning? Is it going to be Taylor Swift making her way to Bavaria, Deutschland? It's actually in the Hessenland. Frankfurt is in the Hessenland in the northwest corner of Germany. So it's not quite in Bavaria. It's not Munich. It's not there. But yeah,
I will my hat still though.
Are you wearing your lederhosen?
No, I have no pants on. I'm nude from the waist down. Like I always. Just it's the World Sexiest DFS show for a reason. I'm rock hard the whole show. I got no pants on. It's how we do.
I might have to drink out of a giant. I have a 2-pint Stein.
Good.
That I might drink out of it at 6:30 in the morning. Because that's what time it kicks off.
If I wasn't sober this year, I would be drunk tomorrow. But alas, I'm just going to drink.
Yeah,
I'm just going to eat sausage.
Let's get back to the real game. But McDaniel, we can cover when we get to there.
Yeah. In this game, there's
not on the slate. But
no. Let's talk about this game. There's no Drake London. He's gone. He's out. So it's got to be Bijan season. Is he going to have to break Kyle Pitts the glass and use him?
Well, he should.
Right.
But the real answer is it's probably going to be Kadero Hodge, Scotty Miller, Michael Pruitt.
Right.
Anybody except for Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. Algier might get 50 carries in this game just so he doesn't have to use Bijan.
Yeah.
And make everybody right. Yeah. He's spite. Well, and the thing with Heineke being the starter is Kyle Pitts might actually get used. And he might actually get used with some accurate throws. Because one thing about Taylor Heineke is when he was in Washington and Carolina, is that dude loves throwing to his tight end.
Oh yeah, Logan Thomas had a resurgence.
He made Tommy Tremble look okay back in the day. Like this is.
Yeah, he gave him he breathed a little life into his career. This is hard for me to stack this game because I don't think Minnesota does much, and I don't really want their pieces. So it might be Bijan or bust, or the Falcons D and Bijan and bust for me if I'm doing a little stack attack. But I don't know. How are you going to?
I'm going to call an upset.
Oh, you're going Minnesota, huh? You're thinking, yeah,
because they can sell out.
Josh Dobbs going to come out
and yeah, well, no, it's Jaron Hall.
Hall. Dobbs isn't in yet. Okay.
Yeah, if he is, I'd be surprised because he just got there.
That's what I was thinking.
Just like the guy who got Trevor Douglas from Green Bay to Buffalo didn't practice, so they had to explain why he wasn't at practice. Just got here.
Just here today, boss. Just here today.
Yeah, so. Heineke should win this game. Bijan, Kyle Pitts, all the weaponry. The defense for Atlanta kind of overrated. They're solid. They're poorly coached. I mean, the whole team is poorly coached.
Right.
Minnesota is well coached. and I think that they win the turnover battle. I think they win the time of possession. They're going to run the ball with a bunch of different guys, and I think that is the difference in this game. Is Jaren Hall? If you find a rushing yards prop for Jaren Hall, hit the over because this guy can run.
Yeah,
and he's going to be running for his life. The thing with Atlanta that stands out is look what Will Levis did to them because they could not get pressure.
right, because he had time.
I don't remember the last time Atlanta had more than 2 sacks in a game. I don't think they've even done it this year.
Yeah, well, we can check out PFF's tools here and look at the O-line D-line matchup for this game, and just kind of see where the
Minnesota at the top.
Look, but Atlanta's got a little nice pass boost here too, though. So and their run is 49%. They have the best run advantage this week over Minnesota, so they just might.
Is that what I just said?
You did say that. Yes, technically you did. That was exactly your words. But PFF proved it, so now we can gung ho. Let's go, Bijan and the D.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just think that Atlanta's not good enough.
I do agree with you. They're not voluminous. They don't have enough volume in their tank.
They don't run enough plays. They run slow.
That's exactly right. Yeah, they don't get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. They just come over to the sidelines and take a knee and let the clock tick down. So
we only have 1 match this week.
Good. We'll get into that at the end. I'm excited about that. All right, let's get to this next game. This game intrigues me. It's interesting. Is Matthew Stafford going to play?
Probably not.
Probably not.
They pulled a guy up from the practice squad who sounds like an item you'd buy at IKEA.
Yeah, not good.
Dresser Win. His name is Dresser Win.
Dresser Win. You got to get yourself a Dresser Win right now from IKEA. Bo McBrayer sent you. Yeah, no, I mean, you don't. This game, I don't really want a lot of pieces of this game, though. Are you rolling heavy bone with the Green Bay Packers attack? I don't feel secure, even though Cowboys just picked the Rams apart. That's the Cowboys. That's not Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love is going to have a good game.
You think
not a great? Okay. He's not very good. Like we've seen Jordan Love be great this year. It was in the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah.
And then they hit a pretty tough stretch in the schedule, and he looked terrible. The difference now is Christian Watson in healthy against a bad defense. I don't really like Christian Watson. I didn't like his ADP coming into the season. He was way overdrafted, and that has borne out to be true. Like I was right about Christian Watson so far this season. But this is the game where the best ball bros, they're going to be itching for a Christian Watson breakout game. He had 4 of them last year. They all happen to be in a row, which is why he was overdrafted this offseason. This is going to be one of those best ball bro Christian Watson told you so games, because look what CeeDee Lamb's not a speed receiver. He's fast, but he's not Christian Watson fast.
Right.
Those boundary routes and then the in-breaking dig routes that play off of the vertical, they're going to eat the Rams alive. So I'm going with a little bit of leverage Aaron Jones because I think he's finally getting back to close to Aaron Jones level. Mm-hmm. But I'm playing a lot of Christian Watson this week.
Yeah, I mean, he's cheap. He's only 5,100. 4,900. That's Dobbs.
And 6%. It means people are still scared of the old my goose egg.
It's a scary thing to live through, and I mean, it's a week-to-week league.
GPP Brain Bros, we love to see the upside. Look at his ceiling. Look at his ceiling.
Scares people away. You've got. Let's build a stack real quick with this. We can see how cheap it is. If you're just going to do a skinny stack here with one of his players, you're at 10-4, 10-6, and Jaden Reed's 9-1. I mean, that's yeah. And Jaden Reed does have the best matchup according to PFF. And I know he doesn't have the volume that Watson has, but if he does get behind the corner,
he has better volume than Watson has. Watson has to do it via the home run.
Yeah,
Reed's a slot guy. So yeah, I like Reed in cash games, but in a tournament, I'm gonna swing for the fences this week.
Yeah, go Watson, go big or go Watson. Yeah, okay. Any other plays from this game that you would like to highlight, tight end wise? You Musgraving at all, or
no.
Yeah.
Sneaky. The Packers' terrible run defense. I'll be throwing some Darrell Henderson in there. I'll even throw a little Royce Freeman just to feel something because I love my Oregon Ducks.
That sounds terrible. Yeah.
Go Ducks.
His pants were too tight when he ran for them, by the way. It just did not look nice. I mean, it looked nice, but you know what I mean. His pants were too tight. So,
I can see Royce vulturing another touchdown this week is the problem.
That'd be terrible. I mean, it could be that no one scores a touchdown this week for this game, but watch AJ Dillon get 2, and then I'll be eating my words. So
I would hate that.
That'd be terrible. I'm benching him in most of my leagues, so I have like 1 or 2 shares. All right, let's get to a game who I do think can have some upside here. I want to hear your thoughts on it, though. Not a lot of people rostering this game. I thought maybe a little bit more people would be, at least the wide receivers, particularly on the Tampa Bay side. 9% for Mike Evans. I thought that was a little low. What do you think about Mike Evans this week?
Yeah, wheels up.
Yeah, Mike Evans has a matchup. When
Mike Evans is leverage over Nico Collins, there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I know that Nico's cheaper. He's coming off a down performance, though, too. Does Griffin scare you? I mean, Nelson? I mean, how tall is Nelson? He's 5'11". Okay, well, Mike Evans is 6'4", right? So that's 5 inches. 6'5". I'm sorry, 6 inches. What about Griffin? Griffin, sure. He's 6 foot. Okay, he's still got 5 inches on him. So it doesn't – I know they got Ward. He's nice. You know, he can bring the pain, but he's 5'11", too. You just don't have anybody back there who's going to be able to get up there with Mike Evans. So he's a problem. I do like Mike Evans a lot this week.
The thing with the Texans is they're not going to cover them, but they are going to force Baker Mayfield to be honest with accurate throws because they will force turns. The guy guy you highlighted, Jalen Petrie, is a ball hawk. He finds the football. And that bodes well for a shootout with lots of things going on. Like I think that what we're going to see is what Denny Carter, our good friend Denny, highlighted was how severe the Bucs defense pass funnel is. So I think CJ Stroud airs it out at least 35 times. And that's where you can get there with Tank Dell. You can probably get there with Nico, even though he's chalky. But I think I'll go with Tank Dell and Mike Evans. And
I like that.
Probably have the Stroud stack there with Stroud, Tank Dell, run it back with Mike Evans. And call it a day because this game could shoot, but I don't expect it to come via the ground game for either team. Neither team is running the ball at all. Damian Pierce is out. Rashad White might as well be out with how terrible he is at running between the tackles. It's a game that's going to have a lot of passing attempts. Whether or not they're efficient is going to be what covers the spread or what doesn't.
I'm wondering defense-wise. Yeah, Houston might be the better play on defense. That's cheap. If you're looking for a suck-out touchdown, pick six, something like that.
They're going to get some turnovers. So if you have a Baker prop on turnovers, hit the over.
Yeah, no, I like that. All right, next game, shout out Coodadoodle and all the New Orleans.
She might be at this game.
She might be. I've seen her at games before.
But she's the Cole Kmet lady, so I bet she will be there.
It's going to be interesting. I wonder if she wears her jersey. She wouldn't wear Cole Kmet in the dome, but she does have a love of the Kmet.
She has the beanie though.
She does. She might go, Saints outerwear beanie, but we'll see. What do you think about this matchup? It's 8.5. Chicago has been feisty with Fields out. Is it Bagent? Bagent. Yeah, I'm proud of him. His story. I like how he talks like a YOLO boy too. That's really great that he wanted to be a CrossFitter until he died and work at his high school. Definitely doesn't want to have anything to do with high school now. When you say it out loud, it sounds terrible.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend, Steve. Yeah, not good. That was his hormone monster, Rick. If you didn't know, but it's just squeeze it till the blood comes out, Steve. So, but this game, I'm telling you what I'm doing in this game. I'm Taysoming you. I'm Taysoming you in this game, and you knew I was going to do it too. I know that is in the clash. But what do you think about Taysom? He's 47. They did price him up, but man, he's got over 10 points in the last 3 games. He's got 16. He's got 22 points. He's rushing. He's throwing. He's back to being the All-American boy we knew he was. That Mike Collins loves him to be, and he's
the viable. Storm and Mormon. And
the Storm and Mormon.
I finally got over my aversion to playing him in fantasy. I acquired
Okay.
some shares this offseason
Nice.
just because they were so dirt cheap. Nobody wanted to play him. And I was just like, you know what? I have nothing to lose here. And I'm in a 2 tight end league, which
That's what she said.
was a great it was a 2 tight end dynasty, but the draft was an auction. And of course, guess which position I punted into oblivion?
Tight end. Tight end, yeah.
And then 2 of my 3 picks got hurt. So my 2 tight end starters ended up being Jake Ferguson and Taysom Hill. Wouldn't you know that seems to be a really good combination in this league, because all my other positions are set because I punted tight end and everybody else was just gobbling them up and spending too much of their auction budget on them. And I got all my tight ends virtually for free. And the rest of my team being so good and then getting lucky at tight end, Taysom Hill, thank you, sir, for being not really a tight end, not really anything in particular, but everything at the same time. Jack of all trades, master of none. I will take that. And in a cash game, I can totally see it. Yeah, you putting him in your clash lineup is fine. Would I play him in a tournament? Absolutely not.
No, this is a head-to-head matchup, but I'm trying to scorn you. What Colin said on the Fantasy Millionaires on Monday, I thought it was apropos. He said, when the aliens come to play us, we're picking Taysom Hill. He's on the squad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He's returning punts.
He is a monster.
Yeah, he's on there with us. So shout out Taysom. I love you. I'm rostering you against Bo. But the real guy that I divulge secrets and joke around to is Alvin Kamara, and the secret's out. 24% roster. I think he is the most rostered player.
He's PPR RB1 since he came back from suspension.
Oh yeah. We can pull up some numbers here to prove that too.
They're all good.
Yeah. They're all legally of age, and
he's catching lots of passes.
Yeah. It's what you wanted it to be. In the first year when he was getting like 120 catches, and it's just the I know my alphabet. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, good. Yeah, no, it's everything you thought it was going to be. And since he came, he's got 14 targets, 8 targets. Oh man, I love that. And then fantasy points wise, that's just standard. If you go to PPR, since he's come back, 21, 18, 17, 29, 27. This is 6. Kids, if you don't know, put a condom on right now. You're watching the show. This is the world's sexiest DFS show for now and for always. If you're getting this, you might have just gotten pregnant. Alvin Kamara is the dad.
So just stick to the pull-out method.
Please pull him out of your lineup if you don't want to win. That's what I have to say about Alvin Kamara. But in these tournaments, Bo, do you care about 24%? We've kind of shucked and jived about the stupidity of rostership worries when it comes to running back. Is that true in this case? Are you going to be all over Kamara? Because I am.
Running back rostership does not matter.
No.
You can get leverage somewhere else. There's plenty of leverage at quarterback and wide receiver, tight end, and defense this week. So fire away. Will I have more than 40% exposure on any player this week? No. But
Never.
out of all the 5 or 6 players on this slate that I will have 40%, Kamara is on that list.
Yeah. I saw our boy, shout out Jordan Vanek, touting the Derek, the big D from Zoolander, no less. What do you think about Carr this week?
Stacking him with Kamara and Olave is very smart.
Ooh, that sounds very sexy. Yeah, Olave down.
If you know anything about the Bears, is they are terrible on defense.
Not the Bears. They're like the best team ever. No, they're not.
Let's just say that there's going to be lots of scoring opportunities for the Saints this week because the Bears offense will not be able to move the ball against the Saints defense.
No.
Tyson Agent is not the next Brock Purdy. Sorry. He just isn't.
Yeah. No, and the Bears team, They've got some talent, but I mean, they got Montez Sweat now on the edge, which you got to see. You got to like. They're already hammering out a contract, but I think in this game they are overmatched. They're oversized. They're going to get pushed around. I do like the Saints to just roll them. The Derek Carr situation, though, it always makes me wonder. Man, if he gets hit a few times, he becomes just a porcelain doll. It's Cinderella when the clock strikes midnight. So that's the only kind of apprehensive. I went to put him in a lineup against you, and then I went, Sam Howell's like $100 cheaper or $100 more expensive. But I went that way. If you're going Howell or Carr, who are you leaning, I guess, this week?
Howell.
Oh, okay.
Carr is going to get you a floor of 18 points and a ceiling of 18 points.
Maybe he'll get you 18 points, you know?
Yeah. What's Derek Carr getting? Well, between 18 and 18 points. That's what Derek Carr is. He is 18 points a game and not a penny more or less. $1, Bob.
Yeah, that's 3 maxing though, so that's what you want. That's what you need if you're going to be.
It's totally fine, especially in a stack. If you nail who he throws touchdowns to, I do want to throw a few shots at Rashid Shaheed because of the home run threat. Yeah, it's a good stacking quarterback. Is he going to get you a 30-point game? No. Are some of his receivers maybe going to crack a big performance because they're catching passes from Carr against a bad defense? Yeah. That's the thing is I don't know that Carr will crack 300 yards and get you the bonus points, but somebody on that team, 1 or 2 guys, is going to have a very nice game, and having that stack will be beneficial.
Yeah, I think you can see Shaheed's efficiency was insane. He averaged like 50 yards a reception last week, even a target. I think he had 3 targets, 3 receptions, 151 yards, something like that, 153 yards, a touchdown. So Michael Thomas is going to be volume, and then if he breaks through a linebacker and a safety, he can get you a touchdown, or if he's down there by the goal line. But really, from the 20-yard line in, Alvin Kamara. You got Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill. Those are the 2 main weapons that they use in the red zone.
And points per air yards league, Chris Olave is the best.
And if you're in that with Denny Carter, you're a sicko. That's all I can say. And I want in, you fuckers. Why can't you tell me about it? When's the draft, right? That's all you can say. I've been bothering people for years. So, all right. Let's get to another game here in the Dina, as we call it, Pasadena, Maryland, not Pasadena, California, right outside of Baltimore. We call it the Dina, and the Baltimore Ravens. They've been hot, and then they should have won by more last week against Zona. You called that they were going to stick hanging around. I think you said, I use the John Malkovich voice for that. This game, Baltimore's favored at home, though. They do kick ass. What do you think? Do you think they just blow Seattle out, or Seattle has a chance in this?
I don't know about blowout, but they'll win convincingly.
Yeah, they're going to win.
Baltimore's the best team in the AFC.
I like to hear that.
And their offense is going to score plenty of points. Seattle's defense, not good. Baltimore, number 1 defense in the NFL. A lot of people don't know that. But if you watch football and you see points per game, scoring defense, Baltimore number 1 in the whole league.
That's good, right?
And the only reason I hit that hot take last week with McBride and the Cardinals covering the spread is because of an onside kick. This day and age, recovering an onside kick is darn near impossible with the new rules.
Oh yeah. Well,
that was what saved my bacon.
I saw somebody who was winning the Millie Maker before the onside kick. And then the onside kick happened, and then they went down to $200. And oh man, that was such a drop. I felt gut punch for them as I won $0, but beat you last week. So Lamar Jackson on an MVP like pace. I know my guy Bo McBrayer. If you ever want to follow him, he's Bo_McBigTime on Twitter. He called that. Does that continue? Are you cashing in for the most expensive quarterback this week, paying up $8,200 for him?
Hell yeah. Because I can stack him with Zay Flowers and it's cheap.
Very cheap. $5,700. Did Rashad Bateman come back from the dead last week? Did he actually get on the field? I thought I saw him involved as well.
Yeah, and I called that too.
Yeah, he's only 3,300. He's only 3,300. I mean, Odell's been crying and getting angry and throwing helmets and getting really upset. He might just be,
he might just be dust, honestly.
He might just be temper tantruming himself right out of there. I mean, you saw that in New York when he was in his worst fighting against kicking nets. He wasn't on the field, right? And so when he gets mega tilted, he doesn't become a better player. He becomes a diva. And so, Rashad, Nelson Aguilar, even if you want to go crazy at $3K and have a min price guy, I like them all better than Odell Beckham myself. So.
Oh yeah. And any of the Seahawks guys are fine to play. I called Charbonnet last week. I mean, how many guys did I call last week that just were dead on the money? Charbonnet is a great run back option this week if you're going to go with the chalky stack like Lamar and Zay Flowers. it's going to be super chalky. So coming back with a really, really low owned run back is the play there.
Yeah. I know Seattle's pretty good against the tight end. Are you playing a Mark Andrews stack? Because I like it still too. I'm not gonna fade
stack for
Andrews.
sure. I don't know if I play him alone this week because I like my cheaper tight ends this week a little bit better.
Agreed. Yeah, you can. He's the most expensive tight end at 6,800. So he's priced up for business. Oh man, the line's already at 10 for Cleveland. Holy shit! I gotta go adjust my board. I got the board over there. I know I didn't. I only had it at 11.
Well, it was in a holding pattern until they announced Clayton Tune.
Okay. So now they're giving him a point. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good transition to the next game because I'm getting all excited and hot and bothered about it. Unless there's any other plays in this game that you want to one-off, as they say.
No, I think we covered most of the guys I'm playing.
Yeah. Okay. Guess who's back again? Deshaun Watson. Tell your friends.
We don't know. We actually don't know that. We just know that he's expected to play.
He's expected to be back. And he's got a great matchup. Are you playing Deshaun Watson? He's not looked good at all this year. Not once. Not ever. Maybe once. Maybe 3 throws.
No, I am not.
No. Are you playing anybody in this game? Are you playing Kareem Hunt? Because I like Kareem Hunt.
I like Jerome Ford better because he's going to be 1 week healthier off of the ankle. The most mild case of high ankle sprain of all time.
For sure.
The lowest high ankle of all time, as Denny would call it.
That's hilarious.
I'm going to play a lot of Amari Cooper because that matchup is stellar.
It's sexy. Are you running it back with anybody?
I will dabble in some Marquise Brown, and I'm doubling down, even though the matchup is bad, I'm doubling down on Trey McBride because who else are the Browns going to throw it to?
No.
Or who else is Clayton Tune going to throw it to?
Nobody else. And McBride is the future. They drafted him last year. I think it was the second round or third round. Yeah. I mean, they invested draft capital in him, and so this is the Ertz replacement. And I think he's going to do a great job. And you saw last week what he could do. You have 10 receptions last year. Tight end 1. You called it. You called him too last week too. Like him, Dotson. There's a lot of you put all those guys together. You could have won some money. I don't know. I mean, possibly, but
I want some money.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody who listened to the show though, if they would have put all the plays together, they could have won a lot of money. So I mean, I should have won
all the money.
They could win all the money, right? All the money, man. Come on. Are there any other plays on the? Are you doing it in Njoku? Michael Myers himself.
I'm fading the chalk on Njoku.
Yeah. It is interesting where the chalk goes, right? You got 12% chalk on Njoku. McBride there, I mean, between the two of them, you've got a quarter of the tight ends being played in all of your tournaments. So
isn't that wild?
That is wild. That's pretty crazy there. This one game's they're going
I'm not going to get carried away on McBride, but I'm not full fading McBride at 10%. I'm full fading Njoku at 12.
Right.
But I'll have some McBride, but then I'm going to get even cheaper down the road here. Like we're coming up on some really nice tight end plays here.
Right.
We already passed a couple too. We mentioned a couple really cheap tight ends that you can play this week already.
No, I'm with you. All right, let's jump to Carolina, Indianapolis, visiting Carolina. Not a bunch of great tight ends here, but they do have Adam Thielen, and Adam Thielen has been
Adam Thielen.
He's expensive. He's in
and
there
chalky.
And chalky. What do you think about Thielen this week? I got a feeling that Thielen's in my lineup against you. I think is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He's in my cash lineups for the most part.
Yeah.
But too chalky, too expensive. Hard to build a good lineup around him this week. And I wouldn't do that. Like as bad as the Colts pass defense is, I don't know that I want to focus on Thielen at that price. Like I think that there's going to be some other Carolina receivers, as bad as they've looked all year in comparison. I think I'll go with more Jonathan Mingo this week. Chuba Hubbard against this Colts run defense, which is really bad. That appeals to me because running back chalk, like you said, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard is going to get plenty. Leverage play of the week is Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
That's the one guy I'm going to have in every single cash lineup in about 40 to 50% of my
GPP lineups.
I
Jonathan
like.
Taylor is the play of the week. I think he's RB1 this week easily.
I love this play, and I'm playing him against you. Is it the one we are sharing?
That's the one match. Yep, that's the one match.
God damn it. Okay, fine. Fuck you. All right. We could do the dueling banjo stack here as well, and that's what I like about this game.
Chuba and JT.
Yeah, you can run them right back down each other's
And
throat.
I am playing Bryce Young against you.
Oh wow, that's dead sexy. And are you stacking them up with Mingo?
I think so.
I'll put a little Mingo. I'll put a little Thielen, put a little Mingo. All right, I'll do a little both.
Maybe the Mingo ate you, baby.
A little bit of Mingo. I like it. A Mingo ate my baby.
Mingo is not. I'm running Bryce Young naked at you.
Oh, you're running naked at me. That's what she said.
It's like Nick Birch.
That's hilarious. I can see that, and that's not appropriate. Very nice. It's small, is what he's saying. He's saying it's a little guy. Yeah. It's one pubic hair. Yeah, small. This game is going to be interesting. I almost played Gardner Minshew against you at 5,200. He's super cheap. So
that's terrible.
I know. It was a joke. Not doing that. All right, let's jump to. We got a shit game and then a good game. A game I'm really excited about. Saquon until I die in this game. It just seems like it's a Saquon, and then of course Josh Jacobs is heavily. I'm playing Saquon over Barkley. What do you think?
You're playing Saquon over Barkley?
Yeah. What do you think about that one?
I think you should play Saquon Barkley.
Thank you. Exactly.
I'm not playing Josh Jacobs. Full fade. He hasn't done anything this year. I don't think he's happy where he is. We're talking about Aiden O'Connell starting. So they're going to run Josh Jacobs about 30 times. He's going to average 1 yard a carry. It's going to be a whole lot of punting in this game. Even the Giants are banged up so bad. Like their offensive line's in shambles. Waller's on IR. They got Daniel Jones back, which is great. That's why I'm going to play a lot of Daniel Bellinger at tight end.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a fun play.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's a sneaky right there.
Super sneaky.
And then on the other end, the Raiders are a dumpster fire. So I'm going to play some Giants defense down at the very bottom of the heap.
Ooh, 14%.
They're chalky. I'm not going to get carried away with it, but
yeah,
2,300 for a defense going against Aiden O'Connell. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting that so many other people have thought that same thought and actionized it. Actually, you know what I mean? Like
actually actionized it.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, that's strong to quite strong because I mean I'm still afraid of them a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, with that chalk level, I'm going to have to readjust some of my lineups down in exposure. Mm-hmm. But this game's atrocious, like gross. However,
it's nasty.
However, I think you might see some intriguing things happen here. I believe I had a hot take about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, you're dropping hot takes on the show now. Is this from your article that you maybe have written for the Pros Day Fantasy?
It is. I want to make sure I had the right game. Because I know I went ham on one game that... Oh, no, it was not this game. Disregard. This game will be very uninteresting.
Yeah, it is uninteresting. I'm just getting your lineup now, and I'm interested in it. Actually, it's sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little aroused.
I wrote about the Giants Vegas game in my storylines, and was just talking about how I also predicted that Jimmy Garoppolo would be benched in Week 8 for Aiden O'Connell.
You did,
and that the Raiders would be in the sweepstakes for Caleb Williams.
You did. They are. You did. I love it.
Did.
Yeah,
that was before Labor Day. You've
been hot, my friend. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice. I was telling Mike, it's great. Like, you know, I'm definitely around like 700 winning percentage this year in most of my leagues overall. If you add up all my leagues for redraft and DFS, not winning a lot of money, but you know, it's nice to be more accurate than wrong, and have partners who are super accurate as well. We're all just flying above the mean in every way, in every shape and form. It's just nice. You feel like you know a little bit more than the average guy in this game. You don't know everything. You're not a lock for everything, but yeah, man, it's a variance every week that you can't predict. But man, it feels good to be on the game, on the ball. To no ball, as Denny says. So. Yeah. Well, this is the team. This is the game of the week. We're going to talk a little bit more about it than some of the others. We've got AJ Brown, 5 straight games of over 125 yards, setting the record. He's the most rostered wide receiver, 22%. Dallas does have a good secondary. Last time I checked, right? They've got 3 pick sixes by one player. I don't even know his name, but you do.
Deron Bland.
Yeah, I mean they're good. Is AJ Brown going to get his? Is he going to get his?
Oh yeah. I don't know if he'll continue that streak.
Yeah,
he'll be just fine.
Are you
that's
paying
a
up
guy you eat some chalk on. AJ Brown against a team that is as man heavy in coverage as the Cowboys. They like to man up and blitz. That's why they get the most pressure of any team in the league. They rush the passer. They get the most pressures. They sack the quarterback. They man up on the outside because they have the personnel to do so. A lot of teams don't have the personnel to play man coverage as often as the Cowboys do. And so they don't. We're talking a league-wide 70% zone coverage. The Cowboys are running man coverage, I think, 46% of the time, which is unbelievably high. So it's going to be Cowboys defense versus Eagles offense, elite versus elite.
Yep.
I don't know who wins that battle, but I do know that the Eagles defense will bludgeon the Cowboys offense because the Cowboys offense is a liability. Their offensive line is banged up. They haven't been able to run the football yet this season. And it took until last week for Mike McCarthy to realize that his best receiver was CeeDee Lamb.
That's insane. I like Swift this week, but I'm afraid I'll elevate Dak in fantasy, but I'm not sure I'm going to go to Dak in DFS. What do you think about Dak in DFS? Are you going to, like you said, the Cowboys are ready to be bludgeoned offensively at times. Is Dak somebody who you trust at 6,500 this week?
No, I actually think the Eagles are going to destroy Dallas. It's a home game. Dallas's offensive line is completely overmatched in this game. And Dak Prescott has no latitude at the line of scrimmage to make adjustments. We've seen it all year. McCarthy does not trust him, and it's for good reason. Dak locks onto his first read way too long and takes a ton of sacks. Especially in bad opportunities, like 3rd and long, get rid of the ball. Get rid of the football and don't take a sack. 4th down, never take a sack on 4th down. Give yourself a chance. He's taking sacks all over the field. He's going to be under duress all game. They're not going to be able to run the football to keep this defense honest. I don't think Dak. I think that one of the better plays on this entire board is the Eagles defense, because I think they're going to sack Dak at least 5 times. They're going to force some turnovers because Dak has been bad this year. He's had 1 or 2 good games, but overall has been terrible this season.
Well, I'm going to say
the stats will lie to you. The tape never does.
I'm fading Tony Pollard. He is negative leverage this week. He is rostered 20%. I know,
way too chalky. Too chalky for what he's done this year. Big play threat, but against the Eagles, they're number 1 against the run. Number 1.
Right.
And
that's good.
Another play that I did add to my hot takes is Cowboys defense, top 10 against quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Middle of the pack against tight ends.
Oh.
Dallas Goedert is in the smash spot.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, right here. Ooh, that's sexy. That's a sexy pick. Very sexy.
If I'm spending up a little bit on tight end, I'm doing Dallas Goedert, 4,800.
Yeah. I mean, Dallas Goedert has a floor in this game, I think. It'll be opportunity for sure. Him and Swift, less rostered, I believe. Let's see where Swift's at. 11%.
Think about where you're at. Even with Diggs out for the season, you have Stephon Gilmore and you have Deron Bland. They're playing outstanding outside defense. And so they're a little weaker at nickel because of Deron Bland going from nickel out to the outside with the Diggs injury. And so you're funneling everything to the middle of the field. That's why they've been less than stellar against tight ends and slot receivers. So that means who's the tight end / slot receiver for the Eagles? It's Dallas Goedert. And he's owned the Cowboys in his career.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. All right, let's do what we do when we actually run the Sims, right? Let's do some generations of these lineups here. We've built some stacks. You want to build a stack here in this game with Jalen, or we didn't do that yet? I catch Bo eating. Yeah. He's like, yes, of course I do. Let's go Jalen and
AJ.
AJ's going to be in there, and got her. And I will put you'll put CD in there just for fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Ferguson
And Fergie. There we go. Okay. All right, let's run these motherfuckers. Let's get these Sims generated. Blue 42, hut hut. We got a lot of Jake.
Oh, look at that one though, right on top.
Oh, that first one plays. That you talked about your Giants, right?
Yeah, chocolate with JT and Bijan. Oh, and AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts and Ferg. Oh my God, right on the top.
I like the second one too. It's got a very similar build. It's got Hal, Bijan, Kamara,
Terry,
Thielen, Harry Ferguson. Both these lineups are nice. I like them both. I'm not into this Sean as much, but they do have him paired up with Amari Cooper. That was our stack. It's not terrible. This whole thing is not terrible. These are some really nice lineups, honestly. All of the top lineups I'm looking at, my pants are not on. So it's, I mean, you might be able to see. So just be careful. If anything pokes up, I'm keep it down.
I mean, Thai food.
Yeah, I understand. Here's your boy Jordan Love, Taylor Bijan, Christian Watson, DeMario, Thielen, Ferguson, AJ Brown.
Oh,
that one is smoke fire and all the brimstone you need.
Pants are off.
Pants are off too. If you're looking at a Stroud lineup, we built one there. I'm going to switch out Saquon for maybe Jonathan Taylor in this, but you've got CJ Stroud, Bijan. Oh, Jonathan Taylor's in this already. Okay, that's why. Mike Evans, Nico, DeMario Douglas, Ferguson, and then Saquon's what is he 8,200? So you could get Kamara, maybe get maybe not get Kamara in there, but you could fiddlesticks it and maybe get Kamara in there. And then maybe if you want to go down to Bellinger and get out, you can't afford Saquon Kamara, you can get Bellinger in there and do your 250. I don't know. Yeah, where are you leaning here, Bo? What's your play?
That first lineup. Lineup is so sexy.
It is very sexy. It's hot. It's hot sex. I'm going to change my lineup real quick in the Clash, if you don't mind, to that first one. And then while we're doing that, I'll just
hell no.
No, I'm kidding. This is your lineup in the Clash. So let's jump in here. You are the challenger since I won last week. We're starting off with your QB, Bryce Young. You talked about it. You teased it. What do you see in Bryce Young this week? What matchup advantage do you like?
The Colts defense against Bryce Young.
They're not good.
Not good.
No.
And I don't know where it's going to come, where the volume's going to go, but I want a piece of Bryce Young because he's getting better every week, and he's going to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, he's going to have the volume that they're probably going to be in a trailing situation or in the game. They're not going to be running away with it where they just need to run the football the whole time. Like it's going to be a competitive game. And I've Jonathan Taylor there. I like how you're playing that game theory where Bryce Young's going to have to kind of produce because you got JT racking up the yards, racking up the points. Maybe goes for a long one, and that's going to give some I guess necessity to Bryce Young to produce.
And shout out to Gus Edwards with the most pause-worthy statement of the week, where he said, "I expect another big load this week. I can't wait."
Load me up.
Yeah, load him up.
He wants a big load and come into the end zone.
He wants a big load this week, and I'm expecting Gus Bus to get a big load.
Yeah. Well, I would not put it past the Ravens. I like how you double dipped here. You got Zay Flowers down there too. You mentioned him earlier. No stack here because you bought down to get Kamara. But what do you think about Zay and his chances to bounce back? We had him high last week. He did not perform. Different opportunity against Seattle, though.
Oh, yeah. And you can't keep these guys down. I think Baltimore scores maybe 40 points this week. So having two Ravens is not out of the ordinary here.
No. And you're getting a piece of Lamar because if they're going to go, Lamar's going to go with them if both of them do go, So I do like that. And if Lamar goes by himself and they're not a piece of it, then, nothing you can do. You got Crowder pay down. I love that. That price is just so sexy. He's going to be in the Curtis Samuel role. He also returns punts, so you get a little bit of leverage there. And then CD. Oh, yeah, CD Lamb. He's good. And wait a second. Philly. Wait, you mentioned it earlier, and maybe people weren't paying attention. Philly is the best against running backs, like the best, but they are the worst against wide receivers. They've given up 1,500 yards so far, 12 touchdowns. They've not played 12 games. Somebody for Dallas in the wide receiver room is going to get a touchdown. So it's most likely going to be CeeDee Lamb. So I do like that play there. Here I am. Okay, finally. Yeah, and then you talked about Goddard being a great price. And then, goddamn, you put Kamara in there, man. That chaps my ass. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had to fit those two stud running backs into my lineup because it's a cash game. I want volume and lots of it. And so CeeDee Lamb is a funnel. Goddard is gonna get a nice floor. Crowder's a great floor for points per dollar. Gus is getting his big load. JT's ramping up. I just think that overall my lineup is a little more boom or bust at other positions, but my three-headed workload backs, that's going to be what kills you.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a little discouraged, but now that I've seen your big load, here's my squad here. It's not as impressive. The load is not as big as your load. I did go Sam Howell. I do think they're going to air it out. The running game's not been effective. And I don't think New England, they're going to get it right. I think they're going to be on the road. They're going to air it out. I got Dotson at $5K. I love that price. You saw what he did last week. It's a cheap. He's going to be more expensive next week. So running it back with Douglas, he's in the slot. I know Washington's not terrible against the slot, but I don't think there's really anybody else on this team that Mac Jones is going to be kind of hyper focused on. With Born Out, Juju
dead.
Yeah. So I do like Douglas. He's already shown that he does have some pop. Like I did that in his game. So, and then Thielen, he's just a target monster. I love him so much. We talked about Taysom Hill. We don't need to get over that. Here's the thing about Josh Jacobs, right? He has sucked ass this year, and he does this. He's get these weeks, right, where he just, instead of sucking ass, he gets like 78 points, right? And so I don't either, but the Giants defense is bad enough that maybe, just maybe. And honestly, I wanted to make my dollars go exactly to 69.
He's definitely getting the carries.
He's definitely getting them. And then the Browns defense, I just felt like I just felt like that was sex in a bottle. So
good luck, kid.
Yeah, you're dead. Here's Myles Garrett. He's bench pressing you right now. Yeah. Enjoy that.
Oh, and if you avoid Myles Garrett somehow, the other side is Zadarius Smith. Good luck,
guys. Monster. I feel like when they were shooting the Predator, they were like, "Can you get to can he run through in here again real quick?" All right, yeah. The Predator's going to look just like that guy right there, because that guy is scary. I didn't mention,
and nobody's going to be open for the Cardinals because the Browns have such a great secondary.
Yeah, I was also going to mention I did have Kareem Hunt in there because I wanted to have.
You're starting a kicker in DFS.
You motherfucker.
You can't. You got it. Other than Myles Garrett, are there any stand-up individuals on the Browns?
No.
I guess Amari Cooper's kind of nice.
Maybe he is. All right, let me get back to our to the end of the show here. I'm trying to get to myself here. I'm too popular. I can't. I don't know how to get back. Bo, save me from myself.
I don't even know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to get back to my main page here, where it's my account page. It's me right here.
Yeah, click your face.
Yeah, and it's not letting me. So that's just so annoying.
You don't even know what you're doing.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to this. Here we go. This should. There we go. This wasn't taking me there when I was hitting my account button. Go follow Chalk Blocked, friends. We've got 405. We got 3 followers from last week. Excellent. Thank you. We're getting up there. And then go follow Bo. He's a big time guy. Right. And you also go to Hotbox, get yourself some Hotbox. I've been sexing out with these again lately. Oh man, they're so good. And go to bigtimeflavor.co and buy yourself a holiday bundle. You know you want that for sure. All the it's taco season, one of the best seasons you can go to. The Shelby Street heat melts my reinforced steel concrete beams every time. So anything else, Bo?
You didn't think it was possible.
He didn't think it was possible. Yeah, but 9/11, he didn't think it was possible either. So, on the way out, anything else people should know?
Yeah, read all my stuff. Subscribe to this channel so that you can catch us every week.
Right.
And win money every week.
Right. Every single time.
We're
do.
killing it. We are killing it as a team.
Yeah. It's nice to be good and to have someone else who's good, and then to kick that person's ass 5 out of 8 times. So,
I'll even it out. Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm so afraid. So do go follow us, and we're going to be there on Sunday on Twitter. Please DM us, reach out if you're winning. Let us know.
I'll be at the spa tomorrow, so don't bother me.
Oh, excuse me. I'll be donning my German hat tomorrow morning, Dankeschön, and I won't be drinking German beer, but I'll be eating lots of sausages.
Strudel?
In my mouth. Sausages will be all in my mouth. Crowd will be in my mouth.
Edwards' big load.
Oh yeah, his big load will be all over my mouth. So, for myself and Bo, enjoy your holiday over in Germany, watching the best game of it. We didn't even talk about it. It's the best game of the day, and it's not even on the slate. It's just
Happy anniversary to my lovely wife. 12 years today.
Congratulations. She is a lovely woman, and I don't know how you tricked her. And with